Well, good day guys. Apologies for the sound. I'm travelling at some speed today and it's very windy, so if the sound quality is rubbish, I apologise in advance. Hopefully it's not. So anyway, let's get on with the show. Firstly, I hope you enjoy the new intro. I'm done with making new intros now. I think I'm happy with this one. If you've been watching the channel from the beginning, you'll know I'm not one for keeping things the same for too long. But I do think this is it now for me on the older intro part, so enjoy it. So you know, today I'm going to actually talk about the Bung crash bars and the passenger pegs. I know I've already got a video out, which I'll put up on the screen, which is like a short review of, you know, what they are like, a first sort of impressions review. But what I wanted to talk to you guys today about, and I get asked this quite a lot, is mainly the passenger pegs, and also do the bars work if you drop them, if you drop the bike. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I've put a few photos up of the bike on both sides, and I can tell you right now they do work. What I'll do is I'll cut to a video of me at home, and I will show you what they look like, what the bike looks like, and do they actually protect the bike now. Okay guys, so here we are. Apologies for the complete pigsty that is my place. It is what it is. But yeah, let's get the bike on its side, start with, and show you what it looks like from this side. Now let's just lay her down nice and gently to start with. So as you can see, the only thing that is actually touching the ground is the bar and the wheel. That is literally it. Nothing else is touching it. Now, excuse my out of breathness, that bike's a bit heavier than I was expecting. And look, this is it from this side. Nothing is touching the ground except the bar and the bike. Let's get her up on the side. I'm going to put this under just in case. I don't want to scratch anything. But let's see if I can get her to go over. There you go. Whew. Front wheel is off. And nothing is touching. Oh, the derby cover is touching. The derby cover is just touching. So that's that side. Let's get the other side on. Okay guys, so just moved the bike over a little bit, so apologies for the out of breathness. I do need to get a tripod. I just keep forgetting basically, so you're gonna have to deal with me breathing heavily and all that sort of jazz for a while. But let's get it on the other side anyway, and I'll show you what that looks like. Just gotta be careful. There, right. So again, the rear brake is actually touching the floor there. The rear brake lever is just touching the floor there, but the rest of the bike is cool. Now, this is the tester, the exhaust. Now I got a sneaking suspicion that's gonna hit, but let's just be very careful. And yep. So the suspension, the exhaust is touching, so by quite a bit as well. So if you drop your bike, you're going to be okay, but if you really give it some, unfortunately you're going to scratch your pipes. That's obviously for the TBR, that's not for everything. But as you can see, they do save it somewhat here gets scraped a little bit, and your exhaust is going to get done. And when it's fully flipped, the old just around here is going to get done a little bit. But if you just drop the bike gently, you're safe. Nothing's getting scratched anywhere else. So guys, there you go. As you can see, they do protect the bike somewhat from dropping it. I don't know how much they're going to protect of the bike if you come off or slide out. I mean, they're going to protect some of it, you know, it's just science. But you know, don't put these crash bars on your bike and expect them just to, you know, your bike's safe from every wreck, because that's not going to happen. I mean, you know, we all know that anyway. But you know, that's the reason really I bought them, was for the protection side of things. You know, I bought a brand new bike, wasn't exactly the most experienced rider, I'd never ridden a bike this heavy before, and I thought, you know, I'm bound to drop this thing. And so that's why I got them. Obviously they work fantastic as highway pegs, and you know, they, especially on this bike where the riding position is quite crunched up, they really do give the bike that extra comfort on long distance. You know, I mean, they're perfect for that. You know, using them now, and it's great. But the main reason for me was, if I dropped the bike, I wasn't going to wreck the most important parts on the actual bike. But let's talk about the passenger side of things, the passenger pegs now. I mean, they are quite pricey for passenger pegs. I think they retail at around 200 bucks. I'll put a little thing up here to tell you exactly how much they retail at, which is quite pricey for passenger pegs, but they are quite meaty, and they do offer some rear protection to the bike. The downside to them is the connection. You know, the bit that bolts onto the bike is quite thick and big, and it does require you to take the exhaust off to get the right side on. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. It's one of those things. It's not a big deal to take the exhaust off. You know, you're not changing the exhaust, you're just taking the exhaust off. You might need some new gaskets or something like that, but it's not a big deal. You know, if you start changing the exhaust completely and you got to remap, that's when things start getting a bit complicated, possibly. But as passenger pegs, they are great, and I quite like the look of that kind of that solid, those two bars stuck out the whole time. I don't know why, it just, to me, it just looks a bit more mean. When they're folded in, nothing wrong with them being folded in, but when they've got those fold-in ones, it's kind of just like it always looks like it's broken to me, you know. But that's just my opinion on it. I'm not saying it looks ugly or anything like that. If you've got those sort of fold-away passenger pegs, the standard ones, then hey guys, there's nothing wrong with that. But there you have it, guys. That's pretty much it. Bunking supply all the new bolts for it, and no instructions, or I never got any instructions, and I was baffled on how they fitted on. But once the exhaust was off, it's quite clear where they go. But yeah, you know, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. But yeah, it comes with all the bolts and everything. Just make sure you use some Loctite if you're going to do it yourself, because they do vibrate a bit, these bikes, and you know, things do get loose. So there you have it, guys. A quick one today on the passenger pegs, and yeah, I will catch you next time. Street Bob Vlogger. Woo!